We'll get to WWE WrestlePalooza on Thursday's show. We'll preview the big premium live event that takes place this Saturday from Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana. But there was a major announcement on Friday from WWE, and this leaked out on like late Wednesday night into Thursday, so we sort of knew what this was. But it is now official. WrestleMania 43 is going to take place internationally, not in the United States, not in Canada, so not in North America, but it will be in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Now, we know WWE and their partnership with Riyadh. We know it's growing. We know WWE has the Royal Rumble taking place there January 31st, 2026. There had been rumors for years that Saudi Arabia was trying to get a WrestleMania over there in the country. WWE didn't really want to move WrestleMania all the way over there. Obviously, we know WrestleMania is a big revenue generator for the company when it comes to merchandise, all of their events. You talk about the Hall of Fame, SmackDown, Raw, NXT, everything that involves WrestleMania weekend, and they want as many fans to be there as possible to what, people from all 50 states and different countries come over, where obviously that's not going to be as feasible doing that in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. But WWE got paid, I believe I saw it was almost $300 million to, get this contract signed and have WrestleMania 43 in Saudi. There were rumors that they were going to do a US WrestleMania and then just do a Saudi event that was branded as WrestleMania Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia did not want that to happen. They said, we want WrestleMania. We want it in conjunction with something about the 300 celebration of something. We wanted that WrestleMania 43. We're paying this much money. Money is no object. Bring back The Rock, bring back The Undertaker, bring back Stone Cold Steve Austin, and we're going to be doing this. And of course, during the announcement, there were all the comments on WWE's YouTube channel. WWE sold out. This is disgusting. And you know the backlash that was coming. I will say this as a fan of the company, and again, the thoughts on this sort of relate to TKO because TKO came out and basically said that Vince McMahon was prioritizing affordability for families. WWE ticket prices we know have increased by more than 50% this year, and TKO said they're going to continue to rise. Obviously, as a fan, I don't like that. I've been to many SmackDown and Raw events in my hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. I was at SummerSlam 2024. I was just at SmackDown in July. The tickets I usually get that are $50 a piece were $100 a piece. But as I've said, well, I don't like it, and I think it's a disgusting answer. I do understand why TKO, why WWE is doing this. I mean, I think it's wrong of the fact that they have basically discarded New Orleans as a WrestleMania venture because they said we don't want to do it in New Orleans. We made so much money in Las Vegas. Let's do it again. I think that is morally wrong. They promised Indianapolis a WrestleMania, a SummerSlam, and a Royal Rumble. They gave them the Royal Rumble. I believe in 2027, SummerSlam will be in Gainbridge Field House down there in Indy. But maybe they give Indianapolis this WrestlePalooza POE because they wanted to be a part of the Big Four POEs along with Survivor Series going forward. You know, I don't know. Again, I get it. TKO is trying to maximize profits. There's nothing we as fans can do about it besides not go to events. And that's the one thing I will say, right? That the only way to get TKO to drop ticket prices, the only way for TKO to not limit WrestleMania to 3 or 4 cities like it is the Super Bowl is for the fans in Indianapolis to not sell out this event, right? For, there to be a lot of leftover tickets for the viewership to go down and all that. But the bottom line is viewership is as great as it's ever been, especially with WWE being global on Netflix. You have viewership up, you have tickets up, and so despite TKO raising the prices, people are still buying the expensive tickets. Despite people saying, "Oh, I'm not going to watch the Saudi Arabia shows," I guarantee you the Royal Rumble 2026. Maybe it is during the day, yes, but it's also going to be in the ESPN direct to consumer service. That may be the most viewed Royal Rumble in history. And I guarantee that WrestleMania 43, despite what we say, is going to be the most star studded and probably the most watched WrestleMania in history. Again, we're all disgusted about the fact that they moved John Cena's last pay-per-view match from Boston, Massachusetts to Washington, D.C. because of money. But you know what? I booked my flight. I'm going to Washington, D.C. to see John Cena because that's what we do as wrestling fans, right? If you can afford it, you're going to do it. And when I take a look at this WrestleMania, there is a match that I've been wanting to see for 5 years since WrestleMania 38 when it was first rumored. The Rock versus Roman Reigns. And obviously, we were very close to WrestleMania 40. Then the Cody Crybabies made their big deal about it, and we got the Cody Rhodes Roman Reigns Bloodline Rules match, but we still have not gotten Cody Rhodes versus The Rock or Roman Reigns versus The Rock. And that I believe is going to take place at WrestleMania 43. What about a dream match between the likes of the Ring General Gunther against The Undertaker? We know The Undertaker retired in that Boneyard match against AJ Styles at WrestleMania 36, but that was in the pandemic era and not in front of a live crowd. Depending on what the payday is for The Undertaker, will he want to come out of retirement and give the rub to a person like Gunther, who The Undertaker is on public record that he adores? Obviously, CM Punk versus Stone Cold Steve Austin is on the board. Shawn Michaels versus Seth Rollins or an AJ Styles, another dream match, is on the board. And I'll go one step further and say this. John Cena's retirement match may not be in Washington, D.C. on December 13th. It may be at WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia. Because while WWE is doing this whole tour, and I've called it the Eras Tour for Men, everybody loves John Cena, and John Cena has adamantly said, hey, listen, it doesn't matter. At the end of this year, I'm retiring from professional wrestling. If Saudi Arabia comes in with a blank check and says, here's $5 billion, John Cena, do you want to wrestle your last match at WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia? How is John Cena going to turn it down? I do think the fact that they add the likes of The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels at this press conference tells you they are going to be wrestling at WrestleMania 43. So again, I think the internet has a lot of fake outrage. Am I happy about the fact that WrestleMania 43 is moving to Saudi Arabia? I am not. Am I happy about the fact that WrestleMania 42 is in Las Vegas? I am not. Am I happy about the fact that WB ticket prices are through the roof? I am not. But the product is so good on screen right now, and I'm enjoying it, and I can't wait till WrestlePalooza this weekend that it really doesn't matter because WWE just did this press conference in Las Vegas the same night they had Worlds Collide with AAA that, I don't really quite understand. I think WWE is turning into AEW a little bit where they have these too many wrestling properties. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AAA, you can't really keep track. But when you sell out Las Vegas with AAA and you sell out Arlington, Virginia with Friday Night SmackDown, anything can happen. And it just shows the WWE brand now is stronger than it's ever been. The WrestleMania brand is stronger than it's ever been. WWE does not have to do a lot of promotion at a time because WrestleMania sells itself. And at the end of the day, the company is going to get a huge paycheck for it. Now, my biggest worry is it's not even the fact that WrestleMania is going to be in Saudi. My biggest worry about this partnership is at WrestleMania 43. I do believe it is on the table that WWE announces that TKO has sold the company to the Saudi Arabian government. And then from there, all hell could burn loose as to what could it mean for the WWE product, including obviously what would it mean for the woman? Is Saudi Arabia their home base? I mean, WWE already has a corporate office now in Saudi Arabia. There's been talks about TKO wanting to move their corporate office out of Connecticut to Las Vegas, where UFC is obviously prominent there. So the biggest news here, I think, is out of everything that's happened, right? WrestleMania going to Saudi, Royal Rumble going to Saudi, TKO increasing ticket prices, all of the above. WWE is not the same company now. They are no longer owned by Vince McMahon. They are owned by a corporation that just wants to make profits. But despite what you all say about how you're going to boycott the Rumble and you're going to boycott WrestleMania and F WWE, and I'm so glad we have AEW, you'll be watching WrestleMania 43 with all the old timers returning as much as I am. Like that clip from the Brand Sport podcast? If so, make sure you go down there and hit that subscribe button. While you're down there hitting the subscribe button, make sure to also hit the notification bell so you never miss another upload. And make sure you check out all the other clips from the Brand Sport podcast right here on YouTube.